Kevin Belton. Welcome to my New Orleans kitchen. Now, today I want to make potato pancakes. And to do that, I'm going to use the Presto 15-inch tilt and fold griddle along with the Presto professional salad shooter slicer shredder. Yes, you know, I love getting kids involved in the kitchen. And this is something where, you know, as a kid, my mom had me help. I learned how to peel potatoes when I got to a certain age. And then she taught me how to cut potatoes real safe. And then came the grating the potatoes. We're gonna make potato pancakes. Potatoes are by far one of my most favorite foods. Now, with a regular shredder, yeah, you had to be real careful as a kid because I think mom had you do this because you didn't have to need a nail file for your fingernails. It automatically happened. But what I'm gonna do today is get the kids involved. We're gonna use this to shred our potatoes. Now, you notice I have our potatoes peeled and I have them sitting in cold water. We're gonna use a russet potato. We could do a red potato. We could use a Yukon Gold. Use the potato that you particularly like. And the reason we put the potatoes in water is so that they don't turn brown. You know, you peel a potato, it'll start changing colors pretty quick. But by keeping it in cold water, it'll help it from changing colors. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our potato, just shake off the excess water, drop it right in, put our lid on. Now, here's what we have to do. And you know, the first time we do this, show the kids how it's done. We're gonna put a little pressure on the top and hold it close to the bowl, and now all we have to do is turn it on. What kid would not want to help cook in the kitchen if they got to do this? All right? Here, let's do one more potato. And you know, you don't need a potato that's huge, okay? You want something, and if you do, the only thing you have is a huge potato, cut it in half. But what's nice is this takes all of the work about, you know, why have one arm bigger than the other arm? All right? But I love getting my sons in the kitchen, and here, this is the best way to do it. You know what? Give a kid a toy because you know what? I want to do one more. This is so much fun. Okay. So here's what might be the problem. You might have to get two because you may not let the kids get to it. Now I better stop because if I don't stop, we'll be here all day with me just everything I can get my hand on, I'll get it shredded. Look at that. And all the fingers, nice and fresh. So here's what we're gonna do with this. A little bit of salt. Now, the other thing I'm gonna do, I am not gonna rinse these potatoes. We had them soaking in water so they didn't change colors. I'm not gonna rinse them because we want this starch to help hold together. Notice, look how nice and thin this is, okay? This made a nice thin slice that we can't do with a knife, okay? It's actually a little finer shred than if we'd used the shredder to shred it. And because we're making potato pancakes, this little thinness here to the potato is gonna cook nice and crisp. So, a little bit of kosher salt. I am going to put in a little bit of my Creole seasoning. We're also gonna put in a touch of flour. And this will help hold everything together, along with an egg that's beaten. And that's also going to help hold things together. And a little bit of onion. Now, this is a little white onion. You could do a green onion. You could do a little red onion. I like a little white or yellow onion. Not too strong a flavor. And look, now we just mix this together. You know, a lot of times it's about visiting at that table. So if you want, you could do this ahead of time, let this sit in the refrigerator until you get ready while other things are getting ready, and you can put this in the refrigerator 15, 20 minutes, get everything else ready, because this won't take long to cook. So now let this sit here for a moment, and let me show you what I've done with our griddle. I've taken our griddle and have set the temperature at 350 degrees, okay? Now, I'm using it in a flat surface. I'm also taking, even though this is non-stick, for these potatoes, I want a little bit of oil. I'm going to use a little olive oil with this and just drizzle a little olive oil on. It mostly gives us a nice flavor, all right? And we could take our mixture. Now, some folks like to put this in a bowl and get it, form it in a ball and shape it in a ball, where like here, for example, you could put some in a bowl like this, pack it down, turn it over on the griddle, take your spatula and just press it flat. There we go, all right? Or you could free ball it if you want. Just put it, take your spoon, place it on the griddle in a little pile, take your spatula, and then press it flat. Here, let's put a little bit, let's do one more this way. And you know, you can make them big, you can make them small. I'm going to tell you something that I like to do. Here, let's get another one in there. And you can start to see what I'm talking about with the potatoes by being shredded fairly thin. Because we want that shredded fairly thin because it helps with the cooking time. Oh, look at you. Look what you did. We have room for one more. Let's put that one right in the middle. All right. See, this is going to get nice and crispy. That's what we want. What we're looking for here is that potato is going to crisp up, the inside is going to stay nice and moist, and our temperature will maintain so we don't have to worry about adjusting it. The control master, heat control, regulates the temperature automatically. And the smell of this is why I said, if you put this in the refrigerator, get everything done, get everything ready, put these on at the end, and if you want to make them ahead of time, once you make them, you can put them in a pan, keep them in a low oven to keep them warm, okay? But I tell you, it's a great way to get the family involved. The potato, as you see, goes right into the bowl. And the griddle has a large cooking area with a non-stick surface. And what that means, things won't stick when it cooks, and also it's easy cleanup. Plus, it's handy to make enough for the entire family. It's versatile for cooking the entire meal right on your griddle. Plus, the cooking surface adjusts. Now here's what's nice by having our cooking surface at tilts. We can make eggs, pancakes, sandwiches laying flat, but then we could go ahead and put meats on like bacon and burgers and chops, have our cooking surface tilt. That way the fat runs off and our meat stays nice and crisp. Once you clean this, you fold in those legs and the drip tray will get locked in place. Then on its side, I just store it right into the cabinet. I think our potato pancakes are ready to flip. Crispy, that's what that is. When you see brown like that, that's what you say, crispy. Now, when you think of pancakes, of course, everybody thinks breakfast. A potato pancake, of course, this is very similar to a hash brown, so you could serve this in the morning, but what I like to do with these potato pancakes, I like to serve them at dinner time. You know, a nice salad, put this potato pancake next to it, and now you could use those same toppings that you would on a baked potato. Sour cream, a little bit of chives, a little cheddar cheese. And if you want, you could actually put cheese in this recipe. Personally, once it cooks, I like to a little fresh cheese right on the top. Just grate it right on the top, right on the plate. You hear that? That sounds like they are ready. So here, we're just gonna put them on a paper towel, just for that little bit of oil. But as you can see, there is not much oil at all. Here, let's make sure we turn it off. And now to plate this, I just like to take our pancake, set it right on the plate. Here, let's get, here, you, come here, big guy. Little fresh parsley, you know, a little dollop of sour cream on the top. And you know, if you have little kids, hey, I tell you what, why not just let them go ahead, put a little dollop of ketchup right on top. Thanks to the Presto salad shooter and Tilt and Fold griddle, we have wonderful potato pancakes.